lot of fun.
So maybe it's a good thing I wasn't there if people were going to throw things at me.
Well, your the winning score, on the quiz was 13 out.
That's not bad at all.
So that it's going to have to be graded on the curve.
Yeah.
So I told everybody it was diabolical.
One of the winning teams has cashed their Amazon card, and the other one has not.
Jennifer and John Purvis.
Yeah, they haven't cashed theirs yet.
And the Frasers.
Aw. To both.
Congratulations.
And Terry was nice enough to shoot a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, those are nice. Made me feel good to see everybody.
And for everybody else,
I only sent them to people that were at the picnic. If anybody else wants me to send them to them.
I took them and put together a little slideshow.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and show that now. Okay, should see the.
I see the title.
Okay.
We see your keynote.
Okay.
There it goes.
And here's the slideshow.
Oh, you zoomed in on some of them.
Looking great.
Yeah.
Oh, Ginger's looking better. I'm glad to see.
Yep. She's regrowing her hair.
Man, I can't believe everybody's hair is almost as white as mine.
Mine's not.
That's good.
Is that John Black sitting next to him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never met her.
So nice.
Yeah.
Now connected to Bill's Mac Mini M1.
Mac Mini M1, huh? Aw.
Oh, good.
Yeah, at the end, Ginger took a great picture of a few people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually in a picture with others.
That young man's name was Adam, right?
Yes, Adam.
Okay.
And that was his dad right next to him, Craig.
Once he broke loose, he got to be a good conversationalist.
Yeah, I sure hope he joins CapMac.
There we go.
Oh, that was a good picture of you, Terry.
Zoomed in on that one.
All right.
That's me, the selfie queen.
All right.
Food.
This is the owner of the restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the owner.
He comes back all the time and says hi to us.
Oh yeah, you're a very nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
The quiz, trivia quiz. Hard at it.
Yep. No, that's the one that Ginger took.
Aw.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you, Jim.
Good.
Thank you, Terry, for taking the pictures.
Oh yeah, Terry took the pictures. I just threw them together in a slide. Okay, the real reason we're here, I guess, we watched the Apple Keynote today. What everybody think of it?
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Some cool new stuff.
Yeah.
It was shorter than most of them, and that's even after they put those lengthy spans between different topics where they would show buildings and stuff
Hmm.
around. Sounds like it looked to me like they were kind of trying to stretch it.
Well, it's a transition.
Yeah, well, they
Showing up, they made a big
produced
deal.
that many products.
They made a big deal out of the fact that they did it all on the iPhone. So maybe they were just showing the kind
Yeah.
of thing you can do with an iPhone.
That's right. I like the race car going around the Apple building.
Yeah, that of course that was from the they're promoting the F1 movie.
Yeah.
Is that out?
Oh yeah, it's been out for some time. I think it was been in the theater and then it's also on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to.
That's actually supposed to be pretty good.
I believe it's still available to rent, though it's not streaming yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Yeah, I think that is correct.
But it's usually not that much.
No, not like what Spectrum charges for current movies. Cheaper to go to the theater.
Yeah.
Actually lived in Austin. The one telephone number that I had memorized was for Spectrum, but times.
Yeah, I understand. No, I don't think I'm going to be, whipping out my credit cards anytime soon.
Mm.
I'm thinking about getting the AirPods.
Well, that's
I really need some. So
that's one thing that impressed me.
yeah.
Uh,
They didn't say anything about those aren't going to have the hearing aid thing, are they?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Wait, yes.
The
Oh.
thing, the
I
thing,
missed that.
my other daughter works for FEMA, and they were working from home until politics changed, and they all have had to go back into the office. And for some reason, to have an individual desk, they have to just take whatever desk is there. And what's driving my daughter crazy is the noise level. So she's really excited. This is my oldest daughter. She's really excited about getting the new AirPods because they can cut out so much excess noise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have my two set up for hearing aid, and because I need one now, unfortunately. But I didn't. For some reason, I missed that it was going to be in the threes.
oh yeah, I don't know that they made any particular changes, to the hearing aid functionality.
It
But
didn't
they,
sound like it, but it still might sound better.
the
The
they
price is certainly better.
been improved.
Could you
Then-
control the changes and the earbuds from your phone with
Oh, yeah.
version 2?
Yeah, I think the AirPods have some have a number of controls built in, but you can also I think there's an app on the phone for it. So I don't really have any hands-on experience. I think Robert has some. Robert.
Okay.
Yeah, let me jump in here just a second. I got hearing aids a few years ago, and Of course, I don't think I need them, but my wife does. So
Neat.
it turns out the problem with hearing aids is it's kind of cumbersome putting them on and wearing them. They're not mine aren't like super comfortable. I'm not used to them yet. And so when the AirPods came out with this, I thought that sounds really great. And I bought the Pros to get that, and I think it just works wonderfully. I when I'm watching TV, an issue I have is the audio seems a little bass heavy without my hearing aids. And so when I put in the AirPods, and of course they give you a little test to configure them, and it works really well. In fact, I was shocked uh, when I ran the test. It really, really works. And the only issue I had was, of course, your hearing aids will go all day because they
That's-
don't use much power, and but the AirPods won't.
They
And
won't.
one of the good things I saw today, a change in the new AirPods Pro 3, was if you're just using them transparently, which is what you would do to watch TV or something like that, the battery goes to 10 hours, which is a substantial improvement. In fact, that might be enough to make me upgrade my AirPods 2 to AirPods 3. So that has been my experience with them. And if you want to use them, of course, it's also good if you're listening to something and the other people in the house don't want to listen to it. That's always great too. But the hearing aid edition has been just wonderful in my opinion.
No, I like mine. They just ran out of battery too fast.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
new one should help. Well, and see if you get the new ones and you can use your current ones as a
And
backup.
switch 'em. That's right. Switch them out.
Yes, if you had to. To me, hearing aids, they were, and my insurance paid part of it, but not even half. To think that people can go and get the same kind of quality for what the earpods cost just amazes me, because a lot of people can't afford hearing aids, and a lot of insurance doesn't cover them, just like they don't cover glasses unless you pay extra, policy.
Is it possible to use one at a time? And if so, does it really throw off your perception of good audio?
It depends on
Let
your
me
hearing
answer that.
loss.
Yeah, you can use one at a time, and it just works great. In fact, one of my ears is better than the other one, and you can use them one at a time.
It just throw off your directionality, your ability to discern which direction the sound's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill, you were talking about that the TV seems a little bassy through them. Yeah, until you adjust the frequency response curve, because most of us, certainly men, have losses in the mid frequencies. So
That's
that's why our wives
exactly.
don't think we need hearing aids. It's because we don't get.
Yeah, I think, rather than saying that bass heavy, it's the mid range and treble are just lacking.
That's right. That's right.
Well, let me say that I'm aware of that, and I adjusted as well as I could. Like I have a Sonos sound bar, and you can actually adjust the bass. It even has a setting where you can enhance the audio, but it's not enough to make it crystal clear. And wearing one AirPod really does the trick. It's amazing. But the current ones, I don't know if they go 3 or 4 hours or whatever it is. That's my only concern about them. But they work absolutely great.
It'd be interesting to see if they consider driving the AirPods straight out of the Apple TV Plus, so that you don't have to go to sound first in the living room or wherever, and then convert that with the AirPods back to what you're going to hear.
Well, if you wanted to connect them to your TV, I could do that. My Apple TV, Bluetooth, and it'll go straight from the TV to my AirPods.
So you're getting what is broadcast.
What's interesting is when you do that, you lose the hearing aid aspect. You can still hear pretty good, but it's when you go to Bluetooth, that would be something I would be interested in. Are the new ones resolve that so that even when you're listening to Bluetooth, you still get the hearing aid advantage? But my experience with the Pro 2s is that you do not.
Ah, okay.
It also enhance listening to music.
It also helps when you're listening to the little kids who still have little kid voices. It's hard. It's hard for us to hear them if our hearing starts going.
Yeah, they're high frequency.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. The one of the things that was on the show today was the ability that's going to come up where you can literally install translation software. I assume in your phone that works with the AirPods, and literally they showed this woman walking into a store in Spain and tapping her things twice, and then suddenly the other well, I'm not explaining it very well. It translates automatically. And the LMUG has a member who is a consultant with Apple. He can't, but he did show us a list of some of the languages, like Australian,
Yeah.
or U.S. Spanish or Texas Spanish. They unfortunately did not have anything for Glasgow.
Don't have anything for Gaelic?
No. No Gaelic.
So before we leave AirPods, I have an issue with my ears not having them fit very well, and they have gotten better, and so the AirPods Pro 2, the right one fits pretty good, but the left one seems to fall out every 5 minutes. And so they'd also mentioned in the keynote that, again, they have made adjustments for that, and they think that these will fit even better than the ones they're replacing. So I might consider upgrading for that too. So the battery life and the better fit. And they mentioned the sound is going to be better. The drivers that they have in the AirPods are improved. So everything should be better across the board on those, and it's the same price. And the idea, I had not thought about keeping my AirPods Pro 2 as a backup just in case my battery runs out and I don't have time to charge them. That's a good idea.
Didn't I say that the body of it is a little bit smaller? Because that's always been my problem with the Fit. My problem with the Fit is not the stupid tips. It's the body of it, where it comes to your
They
ear.
did say that. They said
And
that they
that
are
would help
making
me a
them
lot.
smaller, and instead of having 3 different cups, they're sending them with 5.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and Bill, you can get attachments that fasten onto the earbud and hook over your ear to keep you from losing them.
I need one of those. I'm going to need those
and
too.
they do work. I've had some.
Well, good. I knew they did those, but I didn't know how well they worked. So I may try that. Good suggestion.
It's certainly a lot cheaper than having to replace your earbuds. Yeah.
But they don't interfere with the controls on the stem though, right? Those things that you put over your to attach them to your ear.
Yeah, I don't know about
No, they don't go on the stem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Bill, the Since the threes have, 5 different ear tips, it may not be an issue anymore. But on the twos, Pro twos, I know of a third party of foam ear tip from a company called Comply, Comply,
Mm.
that that might get snugger fit.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
I
good
was,
idea. What's funny is when I first got them and they weren't fitting well, I looked at the little cups that go on the end, and I thought, well, I probably need to use a bigger cup because so it'll be tighter when I put it in my ear. Well, of course, it was exactly the opposite because the smaller cup would go deeper into the ear and actually make it fit better. So it's it's not crystal clear and how to make them fit the best. So it's not always obvious.
I think what'll help me is having the smaller body, because my problem has never been the tips. It doesn't even matter what tip I use. My problem is getting that great big monstrous thing anywhere near my ear canal. The body
like
of it.
Nathan has one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the problem I always had with them.
I don't know
And
who.
that's why I can't wear them for very long.
Sorry, Mary.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I think that it was suggested that you could take them into Apple and they would help you fit them.
Right.
Because you need somebody looking at you perpendicular,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't do that in a mirror. And that way you can, try the different sizes, and another person
Yeah.
can see what it's doing as it's going in and staying in, as opposed to going in and sneaking out.
Now, also with these new AirPods, wasn't there something about a health thing that came with the new ones too?
That's with the watch.
Yeah.
The new watch has
The new watch, yeah.
has some really good new health benefits.
The AirPods, the AirPods are going to measure, and now I can't remember if it's temperature or if it's heart rate.
It was
Heart rate.
It's heart rate.
It was
It's
heart
heart
rate.
rate.
It does
Yeah.
measure something.
Yeah.
It was heart rate, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have a link in the chat to all of the little details on each one. The little bento boxes. I love those things. The
Good.
little boxes that show all the little details about everything.
Cool.
Jim, can you put that info about Comply into the chat?
Where's
Let me look up the website.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing I'm gonna get, because if the body of them is smaller, it'll help me a lot.
I have a set of those Comply earbuds, and they make a big difference. Prior to getting them, my AirPods Pro 2 were falling out of my ears all the time. They don't fall out anymore.
Good.
So it really does work pretty well.
So I got a question. Is it possible to use, can you sleep with them without any noticeable problem? Because if you're trying to cancel outside noise, would that work?
only if you sleep on your back. You can't sleep on your sides.
No.
Yeah, and they won't go all night long either.
No.
Yeah,
But
seems like that would be the problem.
if the new ones are 10 hours, though, I think I remember hearing them say that.
And how long does it take to charge them?
Not long.
Quick.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think the new ones are 10 hours and with transparency mode.
Yeah.
And not noise cancellation.
It's
It
8
drops it
hours
down.
with noise cancellation.
It's how many
Yeah,
hours?
and then 10 with transparency,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's my thing.
Bill, I put the comply address in.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah, I had some years ago. I had some Shure branded earbuds, and that worked. The comply foam worked really well. They're very comfortable and sealed really well.
Can I change the topic to the phones?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we beat that horse to death.
So, did they talk at the lending group about? I would like more information about how to take somehow you can take landscape photos in portrait mode.
Well, that didn't seem to come up in the presentation, but the comment was made that they like the different modes that would pop up on your phone when you wanted to take a picture. But they didn't really talk much about portrait mode.
They said that in the presentation, it was center stage was part of the front camera.
Oh, so it's just the front camera, not the back one.
Yeah, it was the front camera. It was the one they talked about in the presentation.
The sensor, because of the shape of it, it was square, and the resolution was so high. All it's doing is taking the landscape view of that square sensor and presenting that when you want it in landscape, and versus it's using the same basic image for both portrait and landscape.
Yeah.
It's just that with the center stage, it knows if there's more people come in and it needs to go to landscape to show them. It showed like there was one person, so it was regular, and then a couple people joined the picture, so it went to landscape, and then the fourth one joined, and so it adjusted for that, and basically it was using center stage and the sensor that Bill was talking about.
I like the one where they were blowing up things in the background of those two guys. That was pretty interesting, the way that they were doing that filming.
Yeah, we talked at the London meeting about the little square shaped like steering wheel that was attached to cameras, to the cameras when they were doing that, and how easy it was to make them go where you want them to. And somebody showed us some new attachments that are available. I didn't get the chance to save it, so but I found that very interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of accessories for professional filmmaking.
Yeah.
That you'll mount the camera and stabilize it and do all that sort of thing.
Well, it sounds like you can correct after the fact when somebody should have held the camera horizontally, but they don't. And we see so many things that should be done in landscape, but they're not.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like with a square sensor, you're getting the whole field, and you can correct it after the fact.
Yeah, although in all the previous phones, it's limited by the sensor shape.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This also has a larger sensor also.
It's larger, square.
Yes, the sensor itself is larger on the new phones.
And square.
Yeah, that's right.
But it doesn't matter. The shape has to do with the fact that it actually gathers more data.
Yeah.
It's a larger sensor. Any kind of sensor that's larger, it's going to gather more data than if it's a smaller sensor.
Well, the screen's a little bit bigger too.
Yeah, but
the new phones.
The important thing is it's a much larger sensor, so that the file size is going to gather a lot more, and they're much larger file sizes.
Oh yeah. But as Jim, I'm sure has lamented, having both of us worked in television so long that we were stuck. We had 4x3 or what is it, 16x9.
Oh, graduated there.
Something like that. Picture size, and we had no choice. But I see so many people that don't think about it, that take pictures with their camera, and you really that they'll take what should have been a portrait in a landscape and vice versa. And that sounds like this is a great idea to just have a square sensor.
I think the phone is smart enough.
If I'm hearing that correctly, it knows how to fix it.
Yeah, I don't know that it stores, when you take the picture, I don't know that it stores the entire sensor, or it does an immediate crop.
I think they got into that when they were talking about the raw images.
Now, the raw images should be saving everything the sensor captures. In other words, all the
every
square.
pixel was saved by raw, and
you'd have a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, you do anything you want with that one.
Well, this is all technical, but what it makes me think of is you guys in Austin, when this phone comes out, look for all the movie making that has this new phone in the gimbal. When we visit our daughter in New York, I'm sure we'll see it.
Oh,
I was surprised at the
We're losing you, Nancy. Part of what you're saying is cutting out.
Oh, any better now?
yes.
I'm having terrible internet problems I've had for the last couple of days. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it has to do when you turn your head. It seems to.
Okay, I'll try not to move. I was quite surprised at the trade-in values that they're offering this time, especially in the U.S. They're different over here, but pretty substantial trade-ins values. And I looked mine up over here just to see, and I have a 15, just a regular 15 with 158, and I can still get 300 pounds credit off of a $800 phone, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the ones for the States were even better.
Yeah, my phone is so old. It's an 11 Pro.
Jim, it's time for you to upgrade.
I get much.
Mine's an 8, Jim.
So
well, they're
problem
offering rebates pretty far back to the 13.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the resolution issue in RAW is a bad problem to have if you're just an average user, because you can forget that it's turned on and eat up your entire phone digital memory in no time at all.
Yeah.
They talk about how big the files are with the new phone and how you switch between one form to another.
I think it's in the settings.
Well, I think that they pointed out was that all of the new phones start at 256 gig.
Right.
For storage. And
you
one of them went all the way up to 2 terabytes.
Yeah, for $2,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Apple. They charge for storage.
Oh my God.
But you really don't have much choice. Really put it.
No,
well,
not
I
if you.
think with
Not if you.
with the Pro cameras, with the Pro phone, it actually supports USB 3.2. With the USB-C connector, so you can use an external drive. So if you're recording long videos, you're covered there.
So they covered that video problem with the 15, but they don't allow you to save photos, as far as I know. Are they allowing that now?
I don't know.
That was a big one for me. I just thought that was an oversight on Apple's part.
What do you mean, John, by saving photos of movies?
Or videos?
If you have an external SSD storage device hooked up to your phone, with the 15, you could save video directly to that external device, but you couldn't save photos to it.
Well, that you're carrying around 2 devices in your hand, it gets awfully cumbersome. If you're just shooting still photos, I think that would be very inconvenient.
It's not really that bad. Depends on the device, and they make really short cables to connect them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're planning on, going on a trip or something and shooting a lot of pictures, go in and clean house on the phone and clear out storage space, and then I think you'd be covered.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the EU sued Apple to put that other connector on there at the bottom so that you could plug in a device to download both your photos and the movies. I could be wrong about that, but I believe they lost that case.
Yeah, I think that was the European Union.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I think they just wanted to convert the Lightning to USB-C.
Right.
To make it more compatible with everything else.
But see, that allows you to buy a lot of those devices that are already for sale that you can hook up to and to download all those images. So you don't have to use the cloud. You don't have to have an internet connection that takes stuff up somewhere if you run out of space, for your photos. So I think
unfortunately, and as I have experienced Apple's software development, the interface to save photos to these external devices is not easy. They just run you around into different menus until you kind of stumble onto where it is and where you can save them. And I'm not happy with them at all about that.
Well, maybe it's better with this camera, with the new one.
With the new phone.
Yeah, the new phone, right. The camera on the new phone. Sorry.
Yeah, the OS, I think the new OSs should be, I think they'll be coming out next week.
Well, the limitation on that
Monday.
is either the OS or in the hardware or both.
Listen, you gotta move.
I mean, I've got an SE2 and it still runs iOS 18, so it's current. But I've never tried to with the Lightning connector to try to save anything externally.
I don't think the older phones support external storage.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
I mean, you can dump it to the computer. That's easy.
Yeah, no, but that's a different thing.
You've always been able to do that, but to just plug a drive directly into the phone, no. That's a new thing to this old guy.
One more thing that came up today that I thought in the LMUG meeting that was interesting to me is they're coming out, or maybe they already have, with an iPhone Air. I'd never heard of one before.
It's a very thin phone.
Yes, and what they were pointing out at the meeting is that they also bend very easily and lose their shape, and so they were warning.
And stop working, I would imagine.
Yeah. Put it in your back pocket and you're done for.
Well, they dealt with Bendgate about 7 or 8 years ago, didn't they?
Say that again.
Didn't they deal with Bendgate about 7 or 8 years ago?
I don't know.
Well, this is going to be another one because these are even thinner. That one Air is really thin. They showed a side view of it, and it looks
6 millimeters thick.
Real thin.
I just wonder if they took into consideration the problems they had back then, and they made some kind of a arrangement to, it can take a bit of a curve to the phone.
I don't think so. I don't think it's supposed to bend.
No, they're aware of that, and supposedly because it's cut out of a single piece of metal, it's much less likely you would almost break it before you would bend it, and that's the goal. And because they're going to have to replace all of these by warranty, I think they're pretty comfortable that the majority.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because I think only the Pro had the unibody.
Yeah, the 17 Pro has an aluminum unibody.
I think what I meant was the sides are all one piece,
so it's going to be pretty rigid.
I think so too. I don't think they would come out with this thing because it's a gorgeous little phone, and a lot of people are going to be in favor of it because the new phones are bigger and they're heavy, and this thing is really light. It's like 20-something% lighter.
A couple people in LMUG mentioned that they thought this could be a problem with the Air.
Yeah.
More than one person there mentioned it, and those guys are really pretty highly technical, and they know more than we know.
Right, they do.
I'll put it to you that way.
Well, part of that's because of Craig.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
If,
you know.
if y'all remember,
Yeah,
Craig
probably
James
won't
talked
take
about
very
reading.
long to find out. Yeah, because people will be testing it. You know
I know,
that
I'm
for
sure
sure.
they will. And you know, some kids, they just stick it in their back pocket and they sit down. That your whole your whole posterior bends. You got something in your pocket. It's not going to be
Yeah.
a good
Do
thing.
you know I all the time see young people with the phone in their back pocket, and I think it makes me feel old. What can I say?
Well, the problem that gets me is almost all the time, a third of the phone is sticking out of the pocket, and I can see it laying on the ground 4 steps later, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And girls' jeans and stuff have such small pockets anyhow. It's even worse for girls.
Well, they got their pants painted on anyway.
Yeah, Bill, you'd never do that with your wallet because for fear it would fall out, or it might be easy pickings.
Right.
But people do it with their phones.
Oh, talking about London Mug, did any of you see Craig's great talk about security that he did for the London Mug? And then he last month he actually kind of reprised that for us for our Pi group.
No, I didn't.
Do you know? No, you know what? I think I can put in the chat if I'm organized enough today. Is a link to our YouTube page where Craig, gave his talk.
Well, please do that.
So let me try to do that.
Yeah, please.
I will only say this about the new camera and the Pro version. It looks really fabulous. It seems to be worth upgrading to because I've got a 14 Pro.
I was impressed with the case. The case on the new
I don't
Pro.
care about the case. I care about
yeah.
Photo options are much better there.
Functionality, yeah.
Yeah, that's the reality of it, is those three
I really
cameras.
like my 14.
Fabulous.
I don't see any point in upgrading, but then again, I do when you see all the gee whiz stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
Well, plus I have a 14, and the problem is it's still Lightning instead of USB-C. They went to USB-C in the 15. So
Right. Yeah. So that alone is worth, in my mind, upgrading to the newer thing to get the other connector.
I have the 15 Pro Max.
They always put a lot of effort into the cameras, and I think it's going to pay off on this because again, the what they were showing was really quite impressive.
Yeah. Yep. You could just keep zooming right on in, and you could actually, it was not a bunch of fuzzy, dotty crud way far away. You could zoom in. It looked fabulous. So.
So I have a 15 Pro Max, and I plugged in a external hard drive to the USB-C with the little adapter that Tom gave us for Christmas to turn USB-A to USB-C, and it works.
Yeah, I've used small external hard drives as well as the SSDs successfully like that.
Yeah, but I have a 14.
What can you do with the external hard drive besides move movies over onto it?
You can store anything on your phone that's movable.
A file, any kind
Media.
of file, I believe. So it could be a photograph or it could be a PDF, I believe.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of spreadsheets on mine.
Oh, that's a big surprise.
So, well, Excel files or any file that's you've made with an app on your iPhone that's not a standard format in Apple's world, but is savable, you could copy onto that other drive.
Through the Files app?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And see, if you're traveling and you don't want to upload all your photos to the cloud to save them, something like this would really be very helpful because a lot of times when you're traveling, you don't have a lot of bandwidth or amount that you can actually get up to the cloud to save them safely. So having another way to save files with you personally is going to help you, in my mind.
Or if you have a slow connection, you don't want to
Oh yeah, and there was
your
that slow
phone somewhere.
connection. I can tell you all about that slow connection when I was there in 2024 and nothing worked. Yeah.
I think
So
that's a
yeah,
big
that's another
deal.
problem. Right.
Well, and with the cameras having so much higher resolution, your files are just
The
going to be
files
that
are
much
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
don't want to be spending all your money with everything going up to the cloud when you want to save something. It'd be much better to be able to
With
have
speeds
a
that are
device
reminiscent of
plugged in right there.
color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're like me, you wouldn't leave your phone doing that and go somewhere and expect it to be there when you come back.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that.
No, but I mean it's a time thing. Not only the data, but the file sizes take so much longer
Well, that's
to
true.
upload.
Well, yeah, but if you go say on a cruise or something and you can't get, you know, you're going to be a whole lot better off saving it up to
I'm
that
talking about
disk.
someone that's on vacation, John, that's staying in
Yeah.
a hotel room. It's what you do in your evenings. You do that kind of stuff in the evening in the room with you.
Yeah, but you're talking about intelligent people. Now,
Oh, okay.
we all know somebody that lives next door to us that never downloads anything from her phone, never makes backup copies anywhere, and she just kind of naively expects all her pictures to always stay there forever.
That sounds like several people I know, Tom, not just someone you know.
That sounds
Well,
like almost everybody I know that has a phone.
They're operating under the PFM theory. Pure magic.
Sorry, I had to get some water.
Okay, well, what did everybody think about the watches? The new watches?
A bunch of people in Elmwood were really excited about them.
The
Well,
idea of being
there's some
able to take your
medical-
blood
there's-
pressures
I like
is
the blood pressure.
And I
Yeah.
like the titanium too.
And they said they're real close to getting the certification on all the medical devices on the watch.
Great.
So get the legal certification. So from the government. So that's a good thing too.
Is that just in the U.S. or worldwide?
It's U.S., European Union, UK, and other places. They didn't specify where the other places were.
Well, I didn't see the talk, but that sounds like the watch band itself will constrict to mimic a wrist type.
It's not a standard blood pressure measurement. Apparently they use the existing sensors on the watch to over time measure the behavior of some of the blood vessels, under the sensors, so they can infer whether you have hypertension. But it's not really something over 60 something systolic diastolic measurement. It's more an inferred measurement.
That might be kind of
enough to
valuable.
warn you. Yeah, if
It's
it's
still valuable, but it just as a screening.
Well, because like you can take with, your crappy little blood pressure machine that some of us have at home and they're so inaccurate and you get nervous. You know what I mean? I think it might actually be better than a lot of the home monitors
I think they
that
got
some
in
of us
trouble
have.
for a while there about copyright issues.
Yeah, but again, I think it's a qualitative measurement rather than a quantitative one.
Yeah, and so that's why they're running a little behind on making it available at the release.
Well, I think doing the systolic type measurement with a watch is kind of a big big mountain to climb.
Well, the other thing that they made a lot of effort to describe was how much effort they're putting into putting a larger battery in all these devices.
Right.
It'll last longer.
Yeah.
all of the devices. Yeah.
It had something to do with the Sims. Like the impression I got is instead of getting a physical sim, they're going to start relying on eSims. Did y'all get that impression?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the 14s, at least, I don't know about before the 14s. You have 14s and beyond, you have to use an eSIM. They don't have a slot to slug in a card, to shove a card into it.
And I would definitely follow their recommendation, at least the first time.
Yeah.
To try one serving. That bag is 2 servings.
Right. Look at it as carefully as I probably should have.
I think they're trying to do away with the physical SIM because of the amount of space it takes up.
Yeah.
I think you could. I think on the new phones, especially, they can support more than one eSIM. So if you're traveling, you can get service in Europe, right? And rather than having to keep track of multiple physical SIM cards.
Yeah, and those things are hard to keep intact and insert them at the same time. They're fragile.
Yeah.
They certainly are.
There's a spot on the 14 that looks like a vestige of a SIM card slot, but it's not usable. It's just
No.
it's just a dent in the side of the phone.
I think
Is that a microphone maybe?
No, it's flat. The only microphones are at the top and bottom of the device.
No, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think a physical SIM was still required in the EU. So that may be the reason that why you have a maybe non-functional SIM slot.
So they'd have to pop an edge out to.
Well, they'd have to have two completely different cases for different markets.
Yeah, because I have an eSIM on my phone here for the UK. And I really like that because I didn't have to do anything.
It's actually better in a way to have
some money in your gun.
Yeah, I had to have a temporary phone for the first 3 months I was over here because you couldn't get a phone without a checking account, and you couldn't get a checking account without a phone. So I had to get pardon my language, an Android for that time. And dealing with a SIM card was awful. I actually had to get a second one because I messed the first one up.
You do have to be careful when you slide it in. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't force
Teresa,
it in.
Teresa, we used to use physical SIMs when we traveled to get local coverage in England and other places. Yeah. And I remember the time that doing the surgery on the SIMs and the plane and the card.
Oh, we would just go into a 3 store and they would just put the SIM in for us.
Well, this is something we always wanted to have more control over. So we would send away for them. They'd come in the mail, and we just would want to do it at the opportune time. Anyway, the eSIMs is much better. Much better.
You used to be able to use, well, actually, in a way, it's not much better, but I won't go into that right now. But anyway, yeah, we used to buy 3 SIMs when we got, the company name is 3 in the UK, but you can't buy them here. So we had to buy, you had an unlocked phone. All you had to do was go into a 3 store, they would buy it, put it in, save your SIM on a little piece of tape. So and it worked great. It worked great.
Yeah, well, we did the same thing with EE, and I'd swap SIMs in all the devices somewhere over the North Atlantic, and so when you got off the plane, you had a phone that worked.
Well, yeah, you had to put it back. So yeah. But we were always able to do that.
And periodically, I'd put the EE SIM in and call it from here just to keep it active.
Well,
it did that every 3 months on the iPads and every 6 months on the phone, I think.
I will just mention this really briefly. When I went to the UK in 2024, I had a 14. I couldn't get a physical SIM. I had to have an electronic SIM. I couldn't get an electronic SIM over in the UK because I didn't have a UK address. So I had this plan from T-Mobile that told me they're going to work, but they're on a different frequency than in the UK. So basically, I had 4 Lite. It did not work. I cannot tell you it did not work. So actually, if I had a physical SIM I could have put in, I could have gotten it to work. So I was not happy. They've since changed the
Could you
rules
have
again, but
rented a,
still, it's a problem, the way I can see it.
you have rented a post office box or something?
No, it has to be a physical address. It can't be a
Right.
post office box.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Some people use the address of their hotel.
Well, nobody told me I had that option. I checked with a couple places and nobody told me. They just told me they couldn't give me one unless I had to have prove that I had mail received from a physical address.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Okay. Okay, but they were supposedly have changed things since then. So this year is going to be different. I don't know if it's going to be better, but it's going to be different.
We probably got out, Terry, you probably got ours, 10 or 12 years ago, and maybe they've changed the rules, but they didn't take them back. Last time we used it, of course, was in 2019. So,
well, the rules have changed. Like I said, I couldn't make reservations for anything because Light did not work. I got less than 1 bar everywhere. I couldn't use Apple Maps. I couldn't use anything. I had to go back to my hotel and use the Wi-Fi to just get my mail. And that was it. That was all I could get. So it's a good thing I brought a lot of maps with me. I always bring a lot of maps so that I could find my way.
Well, it is possible to use Apple Maps and Google Maps without internet connection.
Yes, but it doesn't show you where you're walking when you're walking. That's the problem.
Because it's GPS from the satellites. Yeah, I learned that in South America when we went on an Australis cruise and were disconnected, but I could, all of a sudden I pulled it out and there we are in the Beagle Channel. It was really cool. But but it's not a full substitute for that. Yeah.
No, it isn't a full. Well, see, most of the parts in London, I have a pretty good knowledge of where I am, but I was staying in a new hotel in a different part of town that I had no idea anything. And there were no maps on the streets. You know how like in some places, you are here. Here's it's 20 minutes walk. Here's a 10-minute walk, whatever. There were none of those. There was none of those. So and there was lots of things being remodeled, and they put in England, they put the street signs on the buildings, okay, on the corner of the buildings, and they were all under construction, so I could not read the signs. Okay, I couldn't read where I was, and the only thing that saved me was the hotel was close to the BT Tower. The BT Tower is not as tall as the Eiffel Tower, but it's pretty darn close. And that's how I'd find my way back to the hotel. I would be somewhere and I could spot the BT Tower somewhere and I would head toward that so that I could make it back. I'm not kidding you. It was like, it was worse than when we used to go there and there were no phones.
You got your 10,000 steps every day, I'll bet.
Yes, I did. I did that. I was in pretty good shape when I got home from that trip.
See, Terry, that you have a taste of what my life is like all the time because I never know which direction I'm going.
Yeah, well, I do. Yeah, because I was like petrified because this part of town, part of it was bombed during the war, but part of it was Georgian. So there was these little Georgian little squares and little kind of little lanes and little things. And then beyond it was like these new modern streets. So it was just hard to find your way around there. So like I said, the BT Tower saved me. No lie. I got like 50 pictures of the BT Tower so I could find my there it is.
Hey, so has anybody downloaded the iOS 26?
I have it on an
beta
iPad.
Things?
I have it on an iPad.
The beta?
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I wondered if you guys had talked about the new feature for the phone querying callers that aren't in your address book.
And why would they do that?
The idea of it is that one reason that people don't limit calls to their contacts is because then they'll miss the call from the doctor's office or the car repair place or, the library or places like that. And this new function will screen calls that aren't in your contacts and basically ask the caller to supply information, and then it will give you that information, and you can decide whether to accept the call. So this is the feature that the cellular companies should have had years ago, but haven't.
I think some of them do. I have a Google Fi account, and I believe it does that, but I don't have it set up to do that. And Google Voice does it I think as well, but I'm not sure about any of the major carriers. I don't, they say they're going to do it, but I don't think they've done it yet.
My phone over here suddenly has started labeling calls as likely nuisance, and which is real helpful because it's
that's great.
I just let it ring. Yeah, it just started doing that with the latest Apple, the latest update.
Mine always says scary calls.
That sounds like you set that up.
I don't know if I did or not, but that's what it says.
No, I'm wondering if
Scary
there's
likely, it says. Scary
different
likely.
message for voicemail kind of calls, and it will query them if they're calling, and you just start in the contact list. Please leave a message rather than just drop them. Of course, I get a lot of 4-second long calls where the phone line doesn't drop off quick enough because they hung up because they got 4 rings. So every time I see a voicemail message, it's 3 or 4 seconds. I don't even bother to listen to it. Why bother? Just zzz.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
I inadvertently discovered a solution to spam calls on my landline when I plugged the fax machine in. It turns out that the fax machine would answer more quickly than the answering machine.
Oh, yeah.
So the junk calls, get greeted with fax tones, and it's cutting way down on the number of.
I bet. Yeah.
That's what that was when I tried to call you.
Because I really don't even hardly even pay attention to the
phone.
Yeah, my bad calls have gotten way down since I switched over to VoIP.
Oh yeah. Did any of the VoIP providers do any kind of spam detecting or?
I don't know. I think it's just the way that they receive the calls, and and of course you've got a different contact list. You've got to put your contact list in with the device that you're using for VoIP service at home.
Okay.
If and you got to keep that updated if you're making a lot of changes to your contact list on your iPad or your MacBook Pro or whatever, so that calls that come in are validated and they'll come on through. But most of mine that are coming through they're just calls that they want to talk about new windows or sun collectors on the roof, or
they're very concerned about
things, or political, and they just cut way back on them, and it's fine with me.
They want to buy my house.
Mm.
They all want to buy my house.
Oh, yeah. For a very low price.
Well, well, yeah.
Jim, can you allow us to share, please?
It should be on for everybody.
Yeah.
Host disabled participant screen sharing.
It is.
I'll go check on Robert. Just a second.
I'm sorry, it was turned off. Now it's on.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Okay. I was going to show you the screening I was talking about. Can get out of the way. Okay. Can you see the screen work there?
Yeah.
Yes.
That goes up underneath the edging, and then it comes down onto the roof material itself for 3 or 4 inches, so that critters can't crawl underneath it.
Oh.
But it works just great. Here's a more obvious view. If you have issues with critters, seriously consider it. It's cheaper than fixing your house caught fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's very good.
That's
Yeah,
all I can show.
that's nice.
So knock on wood. Yeah, I've had solar panels for about 10 years, and I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, I didn't realize it and there was one nest underneath one of my sections, and the guy just went up there with a yard blower, and there was leaves all over the side of the house. He's pretty sure it was a squirrel nest,
Yeah.
but that's how they clean them out. There's no point crawling underneath there or anything.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any evidence of cable chewing, so.
Yeah, the only thing we've had with our solar panels is apparently they got struck by lightning once and it blew a fuse in one of the 3 circuits.
Ah.
Oh, I was wondering if you could tell me what that is that you put on the screen, because I'm probably going to need it.
I don't understand what you're asking for, Mary.
I thought you were showing the thing so that the critters couldn't get on the roof under the solar panels.
I'll do it again. Sorry.
Well, no, that won't help me.
Yeah,
I
she
need to
can't-
know.
She can't see it.
I can't
so-
access that.
It looked like chicken wire.
Yeah, it looked
Oh,
like
yeah?
Very heavy chicken wire.
thicker chicken wire.
Yeah,
Did
I'm
you
sure there's
install it
companies
yourself,
out there.
Don, or
So we
did you get
probably just have
somebody
to
to
talk to
install
the,
it?
yeah, so we probably just have to talk to the company that installed them and say, hey, have you got like a protection for it?
From
Oh, okay,
animals.
that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just said I thought I need to ask because the videos don't do me any good.
The company that fixed me up is called Sun Gun, 2 words.
Sun Gun.
Yeah, like sun in the sky and gun in your holster.
Oh, I like it.
Sun gun.
And
It's got to be good with a name like that.
they clean the solar panels with isotonic water. They don't use any detergents or soap or anything. And then this year they installed the wiring on. I don't want
that's
wiring.
It goes around the panel,
Thanks.
Mary.
Yeah, thanks a whole. Yeah, that's
Don,
that's helpful. I don't really want any squirrels messing around up there, so I really appreciate it.
How did they attach the wiring down to your roof then?
Say that once more time.
How did they anchor the wiring to your roof?
It's not really attached to the roof. It's spring loaded. See, it comes off of a roll that's probably about 6 or 7 inches wide, and they stick one edge up underneath and attach it with some metal hooks, and then the rest of it just hangs down, and they form it along the curve where it comes down and meets the roof, so that it's spring loaded and the critters can't get under.
Okay, so the critters can't get under it.
Right.
That's why I thought it would be anchored some way to the roof.
No,
It's not. It doesn't need to be.
Okay.
penetrate, shouldn't really penetrate the shingles.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that's what I thought. Maybe they had some kind of metal bar that the wiring attached to, and then they attached that to the roof. But they still
Well, I
have to
had a picture
shingles.
that showed the hook that they use for where it attaches to the solar panels, but I'm not remembering where that was.
Oh, so I don't have solar panels. I was just curious in case I ever get any.
It's a good idea to consider it.
I would say
there.
you'll talk to the company that installs the solar panels.
Yeah. Or, feed it out to somebody else. It's hard to see here because it's of the magnification, but this is one of the bars that holds the screen up against the solar panel itself. And then it comes down, and if you can see the curve here, that curve starts above the actual roof by about an inch, so that you've got that spring loaded. So you get down here to the edge of it, it's hard for a person to lift it up and get their finger under there, even. So
Okay.
it's a good plan. It's a good design.
Yeah, it looks like it is. Very good design.
What was your
Yeah,
comment
thanks a
about?
lot since we just got our, I'm sorry.
I was just wondering what the comment about the isotonic water had to do with the cleanliness of the panels.
They don't use a detergent or soap or anything as a cleaning agent. But the water is more pure, and it does a better job of lifting things like what do they call that powder that comes out of the sky that gets all over your eyes and stuff?
Yeah, pollen.
Oh, yeah.
Pollen, dust.
Pollen has some stickiness to it.
Yeah, because
stuff will release the stickiness.
I have pecan trees, so they when they put out pollen in spring, it gets the panels dirty.
So does it actually help noticeably?
Yeah, I didn't think to measure what my collection was before they did that. Maybe I'll do it next year and see what the difference might be between dirty panels versus cleaned off panels.
It's a few percent. It's noticeable.
It's enough to count. Yeah. So
Mine have been in there since 2009. They've never been cleaned except on those very rare occasions where we get rain.
Yeah.
And I've got, Nancy will appreciate this. I have a spreadsheet that lists how much energy is generated each month from the panels for the last many years.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't changed that much. It varies from year to year depending on how cloudy a particular month was.
Yeah.
You don't have any trees around your house, do you?
Yeah. I got a 21-inch diameter oak right in the bur oak right in the back, just south of the roof panels, that I have to keep trimmed a little bit so it doesn't shade the panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 40 feet tall. It's been in there about 35 to 39 years.
Okay.
His panels are also on the second floor.
Yeah, two-story place, and they're up top.
Yeah. I've got a little bit of shade from a neighbor's pecan tree, but its shading disappears about 10:30 or 11.
Yeah, I've got pecan trees on each end of my house, on the east and the west end. So I get a little bit of shading, but yeah, I put in as many panels as the city would subsidize.
Yeah. Yeah, they were going to put in 175% for me, and we found out the city would only, reimburse 100%. or less. And so they dig it around with it, and they got me down to about 98%. And I said, that's fine.
Yeah.
So have we run out of Apple
Pretty
things
much
to
when I
talk
don't have
about?
an electric bill.
I don't think anybody heard you, John.
Well, you want us to get back to the topic? I mean, geez.
Yeah, I got a couple of interesting things, and one of them has to do with my older car doesn't have GPS, and so I use my iPhone whenever we go somewhere and we need to use GPS. And I don't know if y'all have noticed, but when you use your iPhone for GPS, it really chews up the battery.
Yeah.
And so I purchased a couple of external batteries. Um, I got a let's see if you can see it. This is an Anchor 10,000 milliwatt amperes battery, but it's heavy and it's big, but it'll go on a long trip with you and really help.
Do you have a cigarette lighter?
I do, but it's not convenient to plug the phone in my car. So I would rather not do that. And it's interesting. I don't think the cigarette lighter will charge the phone comparable to how much energy the GPS is using. So I think it's a losing battle.
Well, I've done it quite a bit on my car, and I've never had a problem with the phone going down when it's plugged in.
Well, that's cool. I just wanted to tell you what happened to mine. Okay, and here is another one that I bought that is a 5,000 milliamp battery, and this guy is like $39, and it's very light, and it just snaps onto the back of your phone, and I found it to be very convenient.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this guy. The other one is just really, really heavy, but this guy works really well.
Is that Anchor also built?
No, actually, it's by a company called Taurus, Torras, and I got both of these at Amazon. The Anchor was let me see, the Anchor was 59.84, and this one, which I like much better, was 39.99. Again, highly recommended if you find yourself needing an additional battery to snap onto the back of your phone.
Is that small enough that you can fly with the airline regulations?
Oh, the small one is, I'm sure, because what is the limit on your computer? It's like
You're correct, Bill. The smaller one is legal, the larger one is not. The folks in Elmug really like this brand that you're talking about. They say it's very good, but they say that the larger one exceeds what you can put on a carry with you in the cabin of an airliner. But the small one is okay.
That's nice to know, because I did not know that. I like the smaller battery so much better because it's so much more convenient and easy to carry around. And I've got one more little tidbit. I have a Canon TR8620 inkjet scanner printer and fax. Of course, we don't use the fax anymore, but it was about 5 years old, and I had noticed that the scans were getting light around the edges, and so I cleaned it up. Didn't really help that much, and so I asked AI, and it said there are parts in the scanning process that wear out, and I guess depending on how much you scan. And what was interesting is when I looked back at Best Buy for a replacement, that exact same printer was available. And I love the printer because it has a small footprint. It has a document feeder, very easy to use. It works well. The software, the Canon Scanner Lite software, is excellent. I would highly recommend that too. But this thing cost me right about $200. They delivered it to my front door, and it was kind of a no-brainer because I was removing and replacing the exact same printer that I already had. And I got it configured, installed the drivers and everything, and it works great. So I thought I would just throw that in if any of y'all have similar issues.
Yeah, sorry everyone, it's getting late for me. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for the meeting, Jim, and everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming, Jonathan. Well, I don't know. I think we beat this horse pretty well to death.
I have a suggestion, Jim, and this may sound like it's far out, but I'm hearing so many members here talk about having older versions of the phones. I wonder if there's some way, if people are getting new phones, they might be able to maybe sell those to their older phones to members who want to upgrade, but they don't want to have to upgrade to the the really expensive phones. It's just an idea.
Yeah, well, mine is a hand-me-down.
Yeah, because I mean, you might could. Like I know because I looked into it that I could it for my phone, but if I were there, I would happily sell it to a CapMac member for the same price.
Oh, sure.
It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, everybody, keep that in mind. Okay. I don't know. I say, well, we had a swap table set up at the picnic, but basically everything that was brought, Peter ended up taking it to the settlement home.
Oh.
But
well, phones are different.
Not junk that way. Although Tom had a real nice iMac.
Were you able to sell that, Tom?
No, Peter.
No, I gave it to Van Austin to take the settlement home.
Yeah, so nothing sold. So Peter took everything.
Well, the phones would be different.
That's a lot.
It just popped into my head while I was listening to people talk about their phones.
That was Judy's iMac, and it was replaced last year by Nancy's M1 Mini.
Yeah.
Because it quit at what was it? Big Sur.
Yeah. Yeah, just they make money by making things obsolete.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way Dell made a bunch of money, except they made things obsolete a different way. They only lasted 3 years.
Yeah.
But I'll remember that next time, because I traded in my M1 Mac Mini, and I would have been better off selling it to one of you guys if you wanted it. But I didn't think of it.
Well,
for the same amount of money, why not?
Yeah. That's why
you always get the best suggestions after the fact.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't really need to do it either. It was a totally spoiled, rotten thing for me to do. I didn't really need an M4, but I like it.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, appreciate everybody coming, and I don't think we have anything lined up for next month.
We do, Jim.
Oh, we do? Oh,
I believe we have is it next month, the nomination for officers?
That's right. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I got to pay my dues. I'm sorry, Tom. I'll get my dues paid. I promise.
I'm not late this year. I can't believe it. I'm usually late.
I'm usually first.
If anybody,
I figured you would be.
Like they could do a better job, being on the board, we'll be welcomed, to have some new blood. So everybody think about that.
As you mentioned, Koki, there's only 3 members that have not renewed. There's one person that said they weren't, but there's only 3 outstanding at the moment. That is a record low.
And I'm one of them. Oh,
Yeah.
bad. Okay, I'll pay it today.
We know you'll pay.
Peer pressure.
I know. Well, I have been not feeling very well,
I'm
so
so
you
sorry,
gotta give
Cookie.
me a break.
Of course.
Arm, leg, or neck?
It's back.
Oh, so sorry.
No,
I
I mean the break.
Yeah.
Oh.
Back fracture. I have some fractures in my back.
Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch.
So I've been dealing with that since April.
Wow.
I was trying to help my friend Jim Schaefer, who has Parkinson's disease, help his wife with moving him in my back pop.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No
So-
good deed goes
No.
unpunished.
I know. So I haven't been very good on top of things, but I'm starting to get better now and feel better
Oh,
and be
poor
more
Cookie.
active and stuff. But everything's going good for me right now. So, and I get
Yeah.
my wonderful physical therapist coming, and he just motivates me a whole lot. So,
That sounds good too.
yep. So I'm getting back to myself.
Yeah.
Good. Take care of you.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I need to do, and that's what I've been trying to do, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, just be patient with yourself. You'll be fine. I mean, you'll
Yep.
do.
My
Sorry, Cookie.
my physical therapist taught me how to use my walker very well and how to lock it and use the little handle thing in the middle. I don't
Mhm.
have to try to pick the thing up.
Ah,
And I tried to fold it up when I went out to lunch with my friends, and then it fell over, and I started to bend over to get it, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to fall on my face. I better not do that."
that's yeah.
Good night from Scotland, everybody.
Oh, good night,
Good
Scottish
night. Good
person.
night.
Good morning, Nancy.
Yeah,
Morning,
it's almost
Good
gonna be
morning,
daylight in another
Nancy.
couple hours.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nancy.
it's
Good
2:30
Good night,
there.
Nancy. Good night, Nancy.